was going to make this video around the time of California fires, not because I wanted to capitalize on that particular disaster, but it reminded me that when something uncontrollable happens, it actually triggers this really common shared identity belief that is the difference, or having that belief, buying into that idea of self, is the difference between resilience, keeping going, continuing seeking other options, embodying or creating what it is you came here to create, versus giving up, getting and feeling depressed, dejected, feeling like life is against you. If we haven't met, my name is Anya. I teach people about spirituality. This is my book on the relationship between your consciousness and your reality, with practical application, describing a process that I created that is really deep, very precise, not for somebody who is not ready for deep work, but that can help you get to the core ideas, core programming that you hold about who you are. Let me illustrate this belief with a story from a friend of mine who is a very creative person and was working on the creative project right before the world closed down for COVID. Now, the release party for this project was scheduled for the day people actually were ordered to stay home. So no matter the hard work, the creativity, the vulnerability, the money that this person invested, the project flopped because of this thing that was out of this person's control. So now it's 5 years later, and this person has not created anything else. They've been depressed and sad and not letting themselves entertain the idea of creativity because of what I guess is this identity belief that I want to talk about. First of all, what is identity? Identity is a sense of self that a set of rules and ideas and thoughts that we incorporate into the fabric of who we are. The ideas and thoughts that our own consciousness does not see a difference between itself and a thought that it has embraced. Identities do get formed because something on the outside happens. Anything can happen on the outside, good things, bad things. When that event imprints your consciousness with some idea that now this consciousness carries into each moment that consciousness creates or engages with, this event, even though that happened one time or in one period of time, now becomes part of the fabric of this person's reality. Even if that event isn't going to happen in every moment of your life, the possibility of that event always exists in the consciousness and in the reality the person lives in. While this belief may sound a little different for each person that carries it in their heart, but the core of this belief is that something outside of me, there's some outside power that has control over the light switch of my life. Something outside of me controls the unfolding of the creative energy of my life. And when something happens, like a force majeure, right, that burns all the growth that came from your seed, everything that you have been building up. This limiting belief, having been incorporated into the seed itself, prevents that seed from regrowing and unfolding. And it's basically telling it, what's the use? Something bigger than you, something that you can't control, can decide at any moment to take away your life's unfolding, which is absolutely not true. So when I have encountered several major failures of my infrastructure in my life, I started feeling like there was something against me, like life was working against me. And using the process that I describe here, I questioned my own beliefs to liberate that energy inside of me from the constraints of the thought, the rules that there always has to be something outside of me, like an anvil hanging over my head that can fall at any moment. Basically constricts my creativity, constricts my unfolding. And if we go with the metaphor of the seed, of the life energy, prevents it from evolving, which means adjusting, not rejecting the reality of the world the seed lives in, but adjusting to it, evolving with it, adopting to it, becoming smarter about living in the kind of world it is living in. If you have experienced this kind of hopelessness either watching something happening out there or something had happened to you. Give yourself enough time to grieve, give yourself enough time to rest, but know that you are the seed of what is inside of you, right? Has all of the wisdom and information it needs to fulfill what you came here to do. You are here on this planet to accomplish. Continue moving, continue adapting, continue throwing out all of the ideas, lies that you believe about the world, about who you are, that prevent you from being fully alive in this very moment. This is what identity work is. It goes really, really deep. And again, this is not for everyone. If you're ready for this work is going to take you really deep. It is going to trigger some painful feelings. So if you can't do this by yourself, get a friend or a therapist, or just wait until you're ready. But release those things. Two cool things are going to happen. Number one, you will experience peace and the connection to that indestructible seed that is the energy behind life, that is what you embody here on this planet. And even though the seed has been stripped of all of what it's been growing, of all of its growth, it preserves, or it has inside of it, the wisdom and the drive to connect you to all of the necessary resources to continue creating your life while you are here. From my experience, you will see shortcuts, and that is what I would equate to adaptation. You will see ways of achieving or creating or saying what you came here to say with so much more clarity. The second thing that is going to happen is an experience of oneness where you will stop separating yourself from the world. And you will actually see that your consciousness is one and the same with everything that is happening, and that nothing is against you. That is a really powerful, powerful stance. It will allow you to surf the ocean wave as opposed to get swallowed up by it. So check out this book. Again, it's deep work. If you're ready for it, it's available here on TikTok Shop.